What is holiness? Sometimes, it can be difficult for us to understand the difference between holiness and righteousness. They often go together. They should go together. But they don't mean exactly the same thing. Righteousness means a number of things. One of them is that God looks at you, your life, your conduct in quotes, and says you are acceptable before him. So there are two types of righteousness there. There's that stamp of acceptance before God, and then there's a life that is in keeping with that acceptance. So you do what is right. For example, you don't tell lies. That's righteousness. You deal honestly. That's righteousness. Okay? There's a way you treat your wife. There's a way you treat your husband. There's a way you treat your children. There's a way you treat your parents. All those things you do, they are works of righteousness. Holiness is similar but slightly different. Holiness describes one thing, just one thing alone. The purpose for which you live. For example, now, you may be walking in righteous works. So let's just work righteousness. You may be walking in righteousness, and it is not in holiness. You say, how can that be? I'll give you an example. Now, we're talking about stand out. To stand out. And you see, this is number one thing that marks Christians out as a believer. Just follow this. God was speaking to Jeremiah. He said, I, the Lord, I test the heart. I search the mind. Before I recompense a man according to what? His deeds. He can do deeds of righteousness, but I look inside his heart and check what is the motive for the deeds. My best illustration is giving. Money, giving. I'm one person that don't let me say I don't ever preach it, but I reduce the emphasis on what you receive for giving. My reason is because I don't want people who are motivated by what they will get. If you are motivated by what you will get, you may get nothing. Why? Because God says, I test your motive before I reward your deeds, even though the deeds appear righteous. We know that giving is a righteous deed. He said, he scattered abroad. He has given to the poor. His righteousness abides. So giving is described as righteousness. So we know it's righteousness. But God said, I don't stop there. I go into the heart and check, why is he doing it? Let me tell you something that will surprise many people. If somebody gives a testimony of, I did this, then God now blessed me. You now rush to do. 99 out of 100 gets nothing. You copied an act, but not in holiness. I hope you're getting my point. If you go and read Philippians chapter 4, when Paul was analyzing the gifts he got from the Philippians, he said, I see that you have rekindled your love for me again. That is, he made it clear to us, who will read later, that Philippians did not give him money or whatever because they are sowing seeds for their own prosperity. They gave him because of their love for him. And God said, there's what they call a prophet's reward. When you are giving to a prophet, it must be because he's a prophet, not because you are hungry. Some people will now go, prophet, take, in their mind, pray so that it will multiply. Because you have broken a rule. I hope I follow what I'm saying here. Holiness describes purpose. Not just act, it's purpose. Why are you doing what you are doing? And I'm saying to believers this morning, bear this in mind. What will make you stand out is what you live for. More appropriately, who you live for.